Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's been a little bit since I've uploaded, about a week. I wanted to apologize for that. I have been so sick the last week because in Arizona they have this thing called monsoons, and if you don't know what monsoons is, it's a giant storm filled with like dust and rain, and it just like comes out of nowhere. We don't get a warning. It's just kind of like a big like wall of everything. And with me, I have chronic migraines, so I get really sick when the weather changes. And lately we've had not a lot of monsoons, but a lot of like moments where we thought we were gonna have monsoons, so the pressure has been really high in the air and everyone in my family has been sick. And so I just was not feeling sitting in front of a ring light when I can't even look at like a normal light, so sorry about that. But I thought I'd bring back a really fun topic to talk about regarding writing, and that would be how to write siblings. Siblings are my favorite to write. I think they're my second favorite. I love writing like love stories or like romantic partner stories, but I really love to write sibling dynamics. It's just fun, and I don't know, it's just always been something I loved. I specifically really like to write siblings that are multiples. You'll see a theme of that when Dark Radiance is released, that a lot of the siblings are multiples. There's a twin set, there's a triplet set, but then there's also just regular siblings that are years apart. So I just wanted to jump right in to give you my 5 tips on how I write siblings. The first one is they don't love each other that much. We're not in the South where we're marrying our cousins and we're marrying our brothers anymore. So I just wanted to put that out there. They don't love each other that much. They are not the same as romantic partners. They love each other because they're siblings, and I mostly am talking about good standing sibling relationships. This doesn't have to do with like sibling relationships that are rocky or anything like this. This is like good standing sibling relationships, but they don't love each other that much. They're not gonna like be like all touchy-feely and like weird, because that just makes everyone uncomfortable, especially readers. I have read books where, or seen movies where siblings are just like all up on each other, and I'm like, that makes me want to vomit. So my tip number 1 is they love each other, but not that much. Number 2 is bickering and fighting is okay. I love a good bickering or like fighting match between a sibling. I think it's so funny to write. I have Aspen and Asher who are twins, and they bicker like no other, and it's so funny to see them because we all love our siblings. If you have a sibling, you know this. We all love them, but sometimes we just want to like pummel them in the face. Like there's just those days where you just want to like hit your sibling because they're driving you so insane. And that is how Aspen and Asher are. They are just like at each other's throats over stupid things, like sitting on a hood of a car or just like saying something stupid. Like they are always bickering and fighting. So I would say when you're writing a sibling relationship, if they do have that close kind of sibling relationship, allow them to bicker, allow them to like nitpick at each other or like poke at each other, because it makes for a really fun scene for everyone involved. And I always revert back to like Alec and Isabel in The Mortal Instruments, because they like love each other so much because they're siblings, but at the same time they're always bickering in that first book. And that really plays true in the TV show I've seen. In Shadowhunters, they're always bickering, and I just think it's so funny. Number 3 is have them be normal siblings. Even if they're in this fantasy or magical world, have them have inside jokes. They minor pranks on each other, spilling the tea on each other, or like telling secrets that like aren't that big but are embarrassing. That's something that I think is really funny. And like in books, when the siblings will snitch on each other, and you know, if you have a sibling, that always happens. They just want to embarrass you. And like nicknames. I think those are really normal sibling things. Have them do normal sibling things. Even if we're fighting a ruler that wants to kill us all, we can still have inside jokes. We can still pull pranks on each other. We can still be normal siblings just in a fantasy world. Number 4 is be supportive / protective. So I think it's really important for you to have that playful side of a sibling relationship, but also that like more serious side. So I'm going to use Aspen and Asher as a example. If you can hear my dog squawking, she's squawking at the birds outside, so I apologize for that. But Asher is the more protective sibling, and Asher is the more laid back, kind of chill sibling, so you can see that dynamic. But Aspen would protect her sibling with her life, and I think that's important to realize, that although sometimes they want to pummel each other in the face, they still love each other, and they still are willing to die for the other. Now, I'm not talking about like a Maven and Cal kind of sibling relationship, because like that's not a healthy relationship. I'm talking about healthy sibling relationships where they are willing to just sacrifice themselves for their sibling. And my 5th and final tip is figuring out if your siblings are tight-knit or if they're distant. If they're tight-knit, these are really easy steps, the steps I've already given you, to implement them. If they're a little more distant, it might be taking away like the inside jokes or this or that, because they're not as close. But I think establishing if your characters are tight-knit, they're very close siblings, like say the Weasley siblings, they are very close-knit siblings. Most of them, like Fred, George, Ron, and Ginny, we see them and they're very tight-knit. Or if they're more distant siblings, like Stefan and Damon were in the beginning of Vampire Diaries seasons or in the books. You just have to establish that relationship before you start building upon them. And once you figure out they're going to be super tight-knit, or they're going to be kind of close, or they're going to be distant, it's easier to implement those sibling dynamics into your story. That is all I have for you today regarding writing siblings. If you have any other questions, leave them down below. Tell me what your preferred writing is. Do you like to write siblings, romance, or just friendships? I would really like to know. Just to let you know, my giveaway for 300 subscribers did end, and the winner has been emailed. So if you entered my giveaway, make sure to check your emails. I'm giving it a little time because I know summer can be kind of crazy, but if that winner does not contact me, I will be emailing someone else. I will see you in the next one, loves. Bye!